Welcome back, hunters. I'm the Survivalist, and we return to Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2005 Adventures, where this may be the last episode in the mountain biome, and then we're into the last biome of the game, which will be the Arctic soon. I'm just going to stop us into the lodge to our room to switch out one of the callers, because after last week, where it was a little bit of a slog to get through some parts of it and that, but we only have 2 species to go for before we are going to be out of tags. And given we were given, like, the full amount of, like, 5 to go for... Okay, I got the Predator call, that's why I want to make sure we did have. With having, the 5 tags given, I can't really think of any other animals we're missing from the mountains. Like, aside from the mountain lion. It's weird we were never tasked to hunt one of those, given the namesake, but... I can't think of anything else we've really missed. Okay, well, the firearm should already be sighted, so I'm not going to worry about that. All we're going to do is try to hike our way quickly through the areas to where we gotta start from, and then embark from there. We've only got tags for 2 Doll Sheep and 2 Eastern Timber Wolves, which shouldn't be too hard to get that filled up and along our way. It is... Okay, it's 7:44, so there's plenty of time for making it out before the hunting the hunting times do start for today. As much as there was the ATV back at the lodge there, I'm not going to take it. The mountains, with how hilly and rough the terrain is, feel like it'd be a death trap trying to take the ATV out, especially with how some of these spots can be for, like, the slopes. So we're just going to go on foot, quickly go through a few areas. I know one of them is going to be super quick to get through. It was the area that had the elk last time. That's going to be super quick to get through because all you have to do to progress through the area is literally take a right. I thought you would have had to do, like, some climbing in that where it, like, shows on the map there's some stuff, but you don't use that at all. It's just, like, an empty cave that has nothing to find or in relation to it. So yeah, it should be pretty quick to get us where we've got to go. There's likely also going to be a tournament towards the end of the biome, so we'll have to see what that's going to entail. But all in all, I am just glad to be leaving the mountains behind with the, just the extra amounts of tags we were being given, as well as how some of the map layouts could be. And that brings us closer and closer to having our Cabela series wrapped up eventually. Again, once the Arctic is fully done, and we complete a career mode, we're probably going to jump straight towards, Way of the Hunter again, and checking out the DLC that just recently released for that, which is a New Zealand map. It sounds like there's not really any predatory animals on there. It's all mostly, boars, deer, some birds. So nothing that's going to be, too aggressive, I think, for us. We won't have to worry about things like the stampedes of buffalo or... warthogs like we had on the... I can't even remember the name of the African DLC now for Way of the Hunter. Tickamoon Plains, that's it. How did that suddenly come into my mind? Like, it's granted probably one of the easier things to remember from, like, the DLCs, but... yeah, I did enjoy my time with that one. I haven't actually played any Way of the Hunter in my spare time like I thought I might have, just because... between the series and other stuff, there's not a lot of time in the day. But yeah, that just means it'll be fresh back to Way of the Hunter once we get to there, and we check out what New Zealand will have to offer. And thankfully, these areas go by pretty quick to hike through, as long as we have our full strength. Well, I say full strength, full stamina, whatever you want to call it. Just gotta stop every now and then to let that fill all the way up and keep us going. Yeah, this was the first one. Oh, right, the second one had the muskox, which, again, it's still a weird animal to think of finding in the mountain biome. Like, I guess maybe, depending on how the Arctic is, there could be areas where they might, like, roam mountains and such, but... I guess one thing, too, is... a while ago, I can't remember where I saw online, but, like, muskox are apparently more closely related to, like, goats than, I guess, like, other oxes and stuff. It's like an Ice Age version of a goat, almost, which maybe that leans a little bit to why they're kind of found in, like, a mountain biome. But hopefully they won't be too mindful of me just quickly trekking us through here. And then, yeah, we'll get to the hunts ahead. I don't know if it'll be the sheep next or the wolves. The way we got our tags given to us feels like it's been kind of wonky in a way. I don't think they've been sort of going along the route I expected with, like, how we were given them. Because, truth be told, I thought the muskox would have been a great final animal to have for, like, just before we would shift into the Arctic. But no, they decided to stick it, like, second animal into this little tour, so it is what it is, and we'll just try to get out of here as quickly as we can. I think all we got... No, I'm going way off to the west there. Oh, well, we'll at least get to see the muskoxes we're running too. Again, for their size, I don't think we have to worry about them getting provoked and coming after. Oh, jeez. I hope we don't have to worry about them getting provoked and coming after us, given one just, like, literally appeared to my right, or my left there. I'm kind of surprised. It makes me wonder if, like, how muskox are doing for, like, population size, because now that I think about it, I don't think they've really been in that many hunting games as I, like, reflect. They're not in the Hunter Classic, which does feel a little odd as I'm, like, trying to think into that, because you do have, like, the polar bears are a huntable animal there, along with, like, the bison. I'll be honest, I think the muskox would actually be a nice fit for... yeah, Okay, good. You don't want to ram me. I mean, with their size, it easily looks like they could. I'm trying to think of, like, which would be more dangerous, a moose or a muskox, but truth be told, I don't think there's really that much exposure in person to know the sizing of, like, you try to stand a person up against a muskox and see what their height really is. Yeah, I'm hoping we will have more hunts to go after. Oh god, that one right there looks like it had huge horns to it. Just the way, like, you could see it out to the left and right. So much more. But yeah, I'm hoping with the next biome we'll get a chance to go after a few more of them. Just because they're, again, I think a pretty underused animal, all things considered. You know what, just because I can. There. We'll just get that through and work our way out of here. Now, almost caught up to where we were. I wish that the game would have given you more, like, in-hunt save checkpoints. So, like, if you stopped at a campsite, you could have just saved and continued on. That would have made the series a lot easier to tackle just because of the time constraints I do have with it. But there may be some possible changes coming up that'll allow me to do some longer videos and such in a little while. So, we'll have to see. Yeah, Seven's Divide was, honestly, out of the areas I had done so far, probably the worst just because of the bug out that happened on it with the one animal. But yeah, this was one of the weirdest map designs in the, see, it gives you that. Like, there are climb points, sure. But the thing is, they're tucked away in a little cave in the very bottom of the map there, and you do not use it for anything. There's no secondary objective to, like, go into there to find something. There's no other areas you access through it, like it's a tunnel system almost. It's just randomly in the map. To go to the next area, all you basically do is just take a right and follow the river for a little while. Yeah, so I think it's just a little bit more to the right, and then we should have our... Notice that we can move forward here. Yeah, just let me recover our breath a little bit. And then we'll see whether we have the sheep first on the pallet or we have to go after timber wolves. Truth be told, I think the timber wolves are one of the animals that have been... Oh. Why would you give the... I don't understand why they would give you that secondary objective now. Like, there's nothing to do with that. Oh. You do have to go over there. Because this area is blockaded, so you actually can't... Well, at least it looks like the water is pretty shallow here, so we can cross easily. But now the cave being here makes a little bit more sense. Not a lot, because, like, to be honest, it just feels like it's trying to pad out your distance for how you have to go. But now that suddenly explains why there's the cave being drawn attention to with, like, the climbing spot. It almost feels like you want to try to sometimes leave the area as soon as you arrive, so you know if you have any detours you need to take. Again, some of the hunting aspects of Cabela's 2005 were pretty good in that, but there were also weird decisions made as well with other aspects. So yeah, let's just quickly get to the cave. I guess you guys will be able to see it after all. That was one of the parts of the video that did get basically cut in the chopping room floor a little bit because of the issues I had trying to do with all the previous episodes' recordings. Yeah, here's the cave here. It's not really anything too big or noteworthy, but it does mean that from this point forward, I do not want to be coming back along. Yeah, see, there we go. I don't want to be coming back through this way. We've only got the two species left to go with 4 tags. So it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it says to do that, but, like, I don't know if that means that we'll get, like, a prompt to move to the next area just ahead, or we have more climbing to do. I was like... Yeah, see, this is the weird part. It's just like you come here and that's the end of it. There's nothing else in here, so like... Oh. Apparently we followed the river? I'll take the... weird. Like, are we exiting out of a mine now or something? This was a bizarre one. But at least we're moving on to another area, so we'll see what the species it requests us to go after is today, or, well, now. Ooh. Okay, this might be an odd one to navigate. Okay, and truth be told, make sure I've got a... Oh, I did not grab a first aid kit. I should have... And that... Well, we do at least have a rifle that has multiple rounds in its magazine at once. So at least if we do have close encounters, I have some means of self-defense. And yeah, you know what? Let me aim for getting us to the campsite first. So it looks like this map might be pretty hard to spot anything on, especially with the size like the Timberwolves are. Yeah, they always like putting the smaller species in areas with a lot of foliage and stuff that's like up to your waist or more. Well, we should have the campsite. Okay, it should be just up here. Yeah. Okay, it's just a simple campsite, not really anything special to it. But trying to find the wolves on this kind of map is not going to be easy to do. And to be honest, it looks like there's also going to be a cave system we might be transferring through to reach other areas. As like, yeah, it looks like it's complete mountainous, but there is some areas with a lot of darker lines together. So I am expecting the wolves to be kind of clustered up in tighter areas, as well as we'll use a cave system to try to travel around. Or there'll at least be one cavern we walk through. Oh. Okay, well, I know where the wolves are, which is at least handy. Again, I had the issue of shooting high, which I always seem to damn do. I've got to be more comfortable trying to aim, like, almost at the legs. But given how they kind of ran around here... Yeah, it looks... Okay, maybe the little preview picture we got of the area means we'll be going through some mine tunnels. But that probably means the wolves are all stuck and isolated into this, like, little area of woodland here. Which, if I can find them when they are calmed down, won't be bad. But I have to be careful they are, like, running about. Because I could easily get swarmed by them. And I have to try dealing with that. Yeah, we'll just try to... We'll go slow, trying to get through the bush a bit. I'll keep my ears open in case maybe I can hear them. Although there is a really strong wind, so that might be more difficult. I think the wolf model has been probably used the most in the game. It's covered the variety of wolves, the coyotes. I'm trying to think of where else we've had the wolf model used. There's definitely been one, though, that's been very commonly placed about. I want to keep the rifle at the ready just because I feel like... Oh, okay, hang on. I had a name pop up for a moment there. Of course, it doesn't actually mean I had any visibility to it. Saying, like, just over this way. I'm kind of tempted to see... I mean, if I've got the gear, might as well try it out a little bit, right? Okay, yeah, there's one. Okay, give me a moment, just because, again, I've got to get used to... Oh. Gotta get used to... That should do it. Yeah. I actually got two right there. Perfect. Now, I mean, I could have tried bringing them in more with the bow, but after the last episode with the elk and such, I want to try to just make sure we get some stuff done. So we'll take these two and quickly get us to the next area. 250 is not too bad for that one. 100 bonus is nice. Uh-oh. Yeah, see, that's what I was kind of worried about, was... Oh.
It's a good thing we got to you in time.
That's where the game has issues. I basically have to restart the map now. If you get attacked, you get pushed by them, so your aim gets thrown off, and you're also very slow for your movements and such. So that is why I wanted to try to quickly get my two wolves and get out of this region, because if they got in close for attacks, it was going to be bad. And I didn't bring my I didn't bring a first aid kit with me. I forgot to pick that up. So that also threw that problem into things as well. At least the good news is that I think I know where the wolves will try to be staying. So I might be able to get a better shot towards just being able to take care of them and not having the pack get aggressive on me as they're like pathfinding work stuff out. Because as much as we got the two wolves, we ran into issue actually securing ourselves. It's also one of the aspects where Cabela's has its flaws. Like, it designs some decently sized maps most of the time, but then you have others like this where it's like things are really pinched together and super tight to deal with. Okay, so it says there's at least one over there. Let me see about scent cover. Okay, had the name pop... Oh, now I'm not getting anything out there. I don't know if maybe I saw it as it was running off or something, but yeah, I'm not getting any names appearing. Oh! Okay. Yeah, the blind... Okay, so it looks like it's saying from that direction there. So we'll try setting up here. I'll just try the calls out a few times, as well as keep the rifle just scanning until we might see a bit of color from one of the wolves. Now, I only need the one, so I am debating whether I should try for just snagging the one and get out of here while I safely can. Oh. Or if I should just try taking the two anyway. Yeah, it says they're... Okay, it says they might actually be a bit north of me here. And then there's one over there, or somewhere in that general direction. Yeah, I can't see her yet. We'll have to... keep trying with the caller, and maybe we can get something pulled in towards us here. I am hearing, like, the dog panting, so one of them is closing in. I think it could be her, but again, I'm just not seeing any color through the bush there to know. And truth... Oh. Okay, he ran off, and I think that might have spooked the others. Here's the thing, even with the blind, it doesn't mean you're invisible. They can still pick you up and be sent off running. It also doesn't help, too, that the wind was blowing right at them. Okay, but... also got one possibly over that way. Okay, it says there could be multiple there, so I might be able to get something out here. I just don't know the best way to approach this. Like, I don't think I had a lot of areas with great visibility, and the spot I did have... Okay, you know what? I am at least kind of on a hill here. So this might give me a little bit of elevation to help seeing through all the bush and that. Okay, I saw something going running back there. Okay, so there is colors moving about there. I'm hoping maybe if I can set up here... I might at least have some more line of sight or distance out before they might come in. But I also don't know, too, if they will calm down or they're going to get stuck in their, like, little running loop of, like, they're scared and going in circles over and over and over. Because everything is pinched up into this little area around the campsite you see. Okay, says there's a fox over there still. I also saw the color of what I thought was one of the wolves, but... I think all I can really do is just try to wait out a bit and see. I don't want to provoke them into attacking me again, because again, if I do get ambushed by, like, say, the 5 of them that are on the map, it can quickly wind up that I'm just taken down and have to restart, and I prefer not to have to do that again. I'm not getting any signs of, their names popping up anywhere, so oh. Okay, we got something from this direction. The wind shouldn't be a factor. I will use the scent cover just to try to help out with it. Yeah, so seems like it's right behind that tree, probably up on the hill a little ways. There's one there. And I don't got any other names I see yet. But where there's that one, it's possible there's a couple more with it. But I hate how the foliage is just like these big blocks of poorly textured bushes to have to try to see through. Well, you can't even see through them. They are literally just complete obstacles until something passes through them. So unless you have like a name pop, if the name's never popped up through the scopes, I think this game might be impossible to do at times. We are, like, close to through the day, too, for... I feel like I'm going to have to move. Like, I've lost the name from the one there. God, they really make the wolves a pain to go after. Seems like every map they kind of have them be an issue. It's always dense forest, an ample amount, so even if you take down one, you have to worry about the others possibly getting provoked. And even though there's not a lot of ground area here, that kind of makes it a little more difficult. Because it means as you try to get into position to even just look around, there's a high chance you could just be scaring them more. At least the dull sheep ahead shouldn't be that bad to go for. Okay, the campsite's just up there. Oh. Okay, I did see him. Ah, these damn bushes. Okay, there's the two. I'll put this down just to give me a shield a little bit. Wait, and hopefully have the wolves that were around here, because there was at least one other one I saw through the bullet cam. Let me see if I can just get these two quickly and then be off. I just heard the panting. There's the two. I don't really care about the money. I'm just hopefully try to get us out here before the wolves in their loop kind of have them on us again. Yeah, so I gotta go down this way, and I think that's where I saw the mine tunnel. The most dangerous big game in the Cabela's game isn't bears or moose or cougars. It's the darn little dogs. Because, truth be told, I think I've had to restart the game most often from, again, having to deal with multiple dog attacks or wolf attacks. Yeah, once we're through here, we should be safe and we don't have to worry about that. And then we should be into the last area in just a minute or two. And because of all the time it did take trying to run us through here, I'll probably have to... looks like that's just... Okay, I thought it was almost like I was seeing through the texture there, but no, it's just how it looks against the back wall. Yeah, we should be in the clear here, as long as there's nothing like environmental hazard to put up with, but I don't think they'll do that. Or at least I hope they won't. Yeah, here we go, through the mine tunnel. And out here. I'm not sure why there's like a little camps. It's not even a campsite, it's almost like a shooting gallery bench. Or like a shooting range setup. But we can go up to Vertigo Pass, I think it is? Yeah, Vertigo Pass. And that might be the last area we have of the mountains to go through. There's no secondary objectives listed, so we didn't have anything come up with it. My guess is it's just good to clear on ahead. And this looks like it might be a big one. That's a pretty large size shape for the map for this load screen there. Oh, and we're basically looking off into the mountains. Yeah, take one's dull sheep, and then we go to Greenhorn Heights. So maybe we do have... Or maybe Greenhorn Heights is a lodge. I'm not too sure, but we'll have to bring this episode to a close right here for today, just because of the time limits I have in place. But thank you all very much for joining me on this episode of Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2005 Adventures. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a like, If you have any comments, tips, or tricks, share in the comments right down below. Until I see you all next video or episode, Hunters and Survivors, please remember, as always, to take care, stay alive, and happy hunting.